So, there's a new player in the world of AI art. And frankly, it's turning a lot of heads. It's called Flux. But this isn't just another image generator. No, this one is making some serious waves, and we're about to break down exactly why it's such a big deal.
Look, if you've ever messed around with AI image generators, you know the pain, you know the struggle, the weird, distorted, six-fingered nightmares that they try to pass off as human hands. Well, the very first thing people noticed about Flux was, as Ars Technica put it, that it's eerily good at getting them right. And that one single detail, that was the first clue that the game was about to change.
So what's the full story behind this thing? Well, first, we'll get into why some are calling it the new king of photorealism. Then, we're going to meet the actual minds behind the machine. After that, we'll check out its whole arsenal of different models, unpack why it's seen as a tool of both wonder and, well, worry. And finally, we'll ask the big question. Is this the new industry standard?
All right, let's start with the absolute basics. What exactly is Flux?
At its core, it's a text-to-image model. Super simple concept, right? You give it a description, what we call a prompt, and it spits out an image based on that idea. Sounds familiar? I know. But as you're about to see, the quality and the raw sophistication here, it's just on a whole other level.
So who cooked this thing up? I mean, who created this powerhouse? This is where the story gets really, really interesting. Because this isn't some brand new team that came out of nowhere. We're talking about a group with a legendary track record.
Flux comes from a German company called Black Forest Labs. Now, get this. Its founders are Robin Rombach, Andreas Blattmann, and Patrick Esser. If those names ring a bell, they should. They are the very same researchers whose work back in 2022 gave us Stable Diffusion. Yeah, they basically set the original standard, and then they left to go build something even better.
And their journey has been incredibly fast. I mean, just look at this timeline. In 2022, their research kicks off a revolution with Stable Diffusion. By 2024, they've already founded their own company. Just a few months later, their new model, Flux, is being put into products by XAI. And by late 2025, an even more powerful version is out in the wild. The pace here is just staggering.
And you better believe they had some serious backing right from the start. Black Forest Labs launched with a $31 million initial investment from absolute heavy hitters like Andreessen Horowitz. So, yeah, this wasn't some garage startup. This was a well-funded, full-on mission to redefine the entire industry from day one.
So, what's under the hood? Well, Flux isn't just one single, one-size-fits-all tool. Not at all. It's actually a whole family of specialized models, and each one is designed for a completely different purpose.
And this right here reveals their brilliant strategy. With their latest Flux 2 release, they've basically created a version for every possible user. You've got Klein, which is open source. That gets developers and hobbyists on board experimenting and innovating. Then there's Dev for non-commercial stuff, but the real power, that lies in Flex and Pro. Those are the proprietary models that offer top-tier quality to big companies. It's such a smart approach. They build a community with the free stuff while cashing in on the high-end performance. They're covering all their bases.
And here's another total game changer. Something called in-context editing. What this means is you don't always have to start with a blank slate. You can upload an existing picture and then use prompts to make super specific changes, like add fox ears to this portrait, or change this car's color to blue, or even alter the entire background. It's all about giving creators this incredible, precise control. It moves AI from just being a generator to being a powerful editing partner.
But, with this much power comes a great deal of debate. The reception to Flux has been this wild mix of absolute awe on one side and some very serious concern on the other. So on one hand, the praise has been pretty much universal. You've got experts saying it's right up there with top models like DALL-E 3 and Midjourney 6. They rave about its photorealism, how well it understands prompts, and, how it consistently gets those human hands right. But on the other hand, that exact same realism has led to the creation of some pretty disturbing images, which raises huge ethical red flags, especially since Black Forest Labs is staying completely silent on what data they actually use to train it.
And that's really the heart of the controversy. There's this widespread suspicion that Flux, just like a lot of other AI models, was trained by scraping billions with a B, of images from all over the internet without anyone's permission. It's a legally murky, highly controversial practice that kind of hangs over this whole industry, and Flux is right in the middle of it.
But even with all the controversies, the impact Flux has had has been immediate and honestly undeniable. It is rapidly being woven right into the fabric of the tech world.
I mean, just look at this list. We're not talking about small companies here. We are talking about the titans of the industry. xAI is using it in its Grok chatbot. Mistral is using it. NVIDIA is optimizing its actual hardware for it. Adobe is baking it into Photoshop. Meta's using it in their apps. This isn't just adoption. This is a full-scale integration into the core products of the world's biggest tech companies. It's being treated as the new standard because, well, it is becoming the new standard.
And this team is not slowing down for a second. The latest release, Flux.2, is already pushing the boundaries even further. They're promising even better photorealism, the ability to generate clear text inside of images, and an even deeper understanding of what users are asking for. The tech is just evolving at this breakneck speed.
So, this is where we are. We have a tool with truly unprecedented power to generate photorealistic images from just a few words. A tool that is already shaping our digital world. Its realism is both its greatest strength and its greatest danger. Which leaves all of us with a really critical question for our time. When our tools can generate reality itself, who gets to decide what gets created?